All right, Weather Weenie. By the way, Weather Weenie means you're not a jabroni. It means you're awesome. I was watching the jabroni video back. All right, focus. Frost. It's coming. Best place to start looking when you're looking at this map is to look at the 540 line. So this shows you the thickness of basically the 1,000 to 500 millibar height. And so the smaller it is, the cooler it is. And typically the 540 line's right around where that air is freezing. It's a reason they changed the color of that to blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play ahead in the forecast. And I'm just looking at the GFS, and we see it's way up high, real down low. And then it comes. And here comes that 540 line. This is next week, the week of like the 8th, 9th, 10th. And you can see it actually stretches pretty far south before it goes back up again. There we go. And then it disappears. So this is where our first frost chances are coming. I'll talk about who's going to get that frost, I think, here at the end of next week, middle or end part of next week, and also how that compares to the averages. Okay, so this is going to be the morning of Wednesday, October 9th, and you can see this dark blue line is where the freezing is, where you see that kind of sharp contrast from the weird dark green color to the blue. So these are the areas that are going to be below freezing on Wednesday morning. So this is Thursday morning, seeing it spread out just a little bit further. And this is going to be Friday morning. I'm going to kind of toggle it because what it looks like is going to be happening is the wind's going to die down and you're going to have some cold air pooling, so falling, especially in southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, and in New York here. That cold air is going to kind of fall and pool in these lower elevations. So temperatures in the Northeast have been warmer than normal for a long time. It's like the new normal now, right? And we check the Climate Prediction Center about every 2 weeks and see, okay, we're at about, at average or slightly above forever, but a shift is coming. Things are about to cool off here in the Northeast. This is for October 9th through 13th. And if we go ahead and take a look out, it's actually going to be looking like it's going to be lingering through October 17th-ish. So as we look in the forecast models, what happens is there's going to be this big low that spins around up here counterclockwise, and it's going to have a cold front that's going to be coming through and draping through. This is on Monday where there's totally not going to be tornadoes. But this low as it comes through is what's bringing that cold air and causing that 540 line to drop and this cold air to really come down in here with this. So is this a late frost? Is it an early frost? Let's see what the data says. I'm going to show these graphs for lots of different cities, and it goes from like roughly 2000 to 2023, showing your frost date. And I also put a trend line on here so you could see how it's changed over the past 24 years. You'll notice for almost all of them, the first frost date is getting later. So for Concord, the average is about October 2nd, which is just a little bit below this line. So if we get our first frost next week, we're going to be right around there. Portland, Maine's average is October 14th. Gray, Maine's average is October 22nd. Rangeley, Maine is October 26th. Berlin, New Hampshire, way up north there, is more like September 26th. Hanover, Plainfield, October 11th. Keene, October 7th. Bangor's average is October 7th. Burlington, Vermont, October 13th. Boston, November 11th. You guys are totally insulated by the ocean. Hartford, October 20th. Pittsfield, Mass, October 10th. Newport, Rhode Island, November 4th. Now, not all of these cities that I've listed and showed this data for are going to see frost or freeze next week at the end of October. That's not going to happen at all. But it's interesting, and it shows you that this frost or freeze, on average, might be a smidge late, but actually is fairly right on time. So consider this your warning if you've got your garden still going, plants, flowers, stuff like that. Next week is going to be the end of the growing season for some of us.